breaking, with one Obama quote, "James Woods shreds libs after Virginia shooting." The left sincerely believes that only the right is capable of violence. As evidence, after the Alexandria shooting, which clearly was politically motivated, Democrats and their far-left allies have been scrambling to duck and dodge the shooter's anti-Republican bias. However, conservative actor James Woods is not one to let the left avoid responsibility. Woods took to his Twitter account to remind everyone of one of Barack Obama's most infamous quotes, "Argue with people, get in their face. If they bring a knife to the fight, we bring a gun." The mainstream media made no noise about that quote. Again, in their very biased eyes, the left is incapable of violence. This theory is not backed up by facts. As Bryan Burrough recounts in his excellent book Days of Rage, the far left, who were even then allied with mainstream Democrats, was responsible for pretty much all terrorist attacks in the U.S. between 1968 and the mid-1980s. In 1972 alone, far-left agitators detonated over 1,900 bombs in the U.S., via Status 451. Groups like the Black Panthers, the Weather Underground, and the Symbionese Liberation Army not only set off bombs at police stations or set fire to college campuses, they routinely robbed banks and engaged in shootouts with the police. The violence does not stop there, either. During the 1950s and 1960s, Puerto Rican nationalists attempted to kill President Harry Truman at the Blair House in Washington, D.C., if not for the quick intervention of police officer Leslie Caufelt, who died during the skirmish. President Truman could have easily been killed, via tacky mag. Puerto Rican terrorists also invaded the visitors' gallery of the House of Representatives with semi-automatic handguns. 5 politicians wound up wounded. In 1975, France's Tavern in New York City was bombed by the foul armed forces of Puerto Rican National Liberation. The Marxist-Leninist group killed 4 that day and wounded 43, via New York Daily News. Not surprisingly, Obama pardoned unrepentant foul terrorist Oscar Lopez Rivera. This move was congratulated by Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of the far-left Hamilton musical. Many decades before the foul and the various groups of the 1960s, anarchist and communist terrorists plagued the U.S. during the days of the first Red Scare, via social matter. Despite such depravity, many left-wing terrorists wound up in academia, where their ideas have been celebrated. Bill Ayers, a bomber with the Weather Underground, is a professor in Chicago. Incidentally, he was one of Obama's mentors and is rumored to have ghostwritten his book, Dreams from My Father. University professor Angela Davis, an open Stalinist, provided the guns that were used in the 1970 Marin County Courthouse hostage incident. Judge Harold Haley died during the incident, via New York Post. Such far-left terrorism is much more common than right-wing terrorism. Indeed, the American media has to make up conservative terrorism, as in the case of Jared Loughner, in order to keep their narrative abreast. The narrative is no longer worker. The left has a violence problem.